Good morning, students. In the previous session, we have finished with our third chapter, that is polynomials. In today's session, I'll be starting with chapter number 7, that is statistics. What are we going to learn in this chapter? Let's see the content outline of this chapter. In this chapter, we will be learning about subdivided bar diagram, percentage bar diagram, primary and secondary data, grouped and ungrouped frequency distribution, cumulative frequency distribution, then the three central tendencies, mean, median and mode for ungrouped data. So this was about the content outline. Out of this, plotting the bar diagram we will see in the next session. In today's session, we will be learning about primary and secondary data. But before that, let us quickly understand this chapter. Now, if I want to introduce this, every day we come across a lot of information in the form of facts, numerical figures, tables and graphs, etc. You must have seen in newspapers, magazines, etc. tabular column or numerical data is represented or graphs are drawn where they are comparing information about rainfall of different states or percentage of vacancies or number of road accidents from a particular year, say 2011 to 2013. So all these comparisons can be nicely done with the help of statistics. Okay, so you must have wondered so many times that what is the application of mathematics in our day-to-day life. This is a perfect example. Statistics is very well used in our day-to-day life. You may or may not be knowing about it. When you are comparing, suppose road accidents in particular year from 2011 to 2013, you are actually making use of statistics. What are you doing in that case? You are collecting the data, you are analyzing it, you are interpreting it in a form of a graph. So all this process, all this total study is nothing but statistics, right? Okay. Then the facts or figures which are numerical or otherwise collected with a definite purpose. Now in the previous slide I have told you that you collect the data. Now when you do the facts or figures which are numerical or otherwise collected for a definite purpose. Now suppose you want to plot a graph of accidents in the year 2011 to 2013. What you will do, you will start collecting information about it. How many road accidents have been done in 2011, then in 2012, then 2013. So all that process that you are collecting the figures and having for a definite purpose, you have a purpose, you want to compare it, that is called as data, right? Our world is becoming more and more information oriented. Every part of our lives utilize data in one form or the other. Now for example, if you just want to open a bank account, so many data they are collecting from you, your name, your surname, your age, yes, date of birth, all those informations are collected. That is nothing but data. So it becomes essential for us to know how to extract meaningful information from such data, right? This extraction of meaningful information is studied in a branch of mathematics called statistics. Now this is what we are going to learn in this chapter, right? So if I want to define statistics for you, how will I define? That it is a science which deals with collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. So when I collect some information, I present it, I analyze it and then I interpret it. Means I come to some conclusion. So all that is nothing but all that study in which science it is done, it is called as statistics. I hope you are understanding it. Okay, what is data? It is facts or figures which are numerical or otherwise which are collected for a definite purpose. That is nothing but data. And that data when I collect and present, analyze and interpret in a tabular form or any form, if I graphical form, tabular form, then that is nothing but statistics. Okay, right. Now when I have told you about data, let us understand how many types of data are there. There are two types of data. First is primary data and secondary data. Now let's see the definition of primary data. The data collected by the investigator himself with a definite plan in mind are known as primary data. Now suppose I am your class teacher, I want the height of students of your class. So what I will do, I'll start measuring it by actual measurement. So I am the invigilator. I am collecting. I am having a definite plan. I want to prepare a list of height of students of my class. So what I will do, I will start measuring the height. This is done by me. I am not relying on anyone else. This data is being collected by me itself. Like I am collecting it. Correct. So that is nothing but primary data. Example is height of students recorded by actual measurement. Okay. Then what is secondary data? The data collected by someone other than the investigator are known as secondary data. Now what does that mean? I have given you an example. The chart made from information published in newspaper is secondary data. So from the newspaper, if I collect some information, yes, rainfall in a particular state in 5 different days of a week. So I am collecting that information and I am presenting it in a form of a chart or a graph. So that is not the actual information which is collected by me. My source is a newspaper. Correct? So that type of data is called as secondary data. I hope you are understanding it. The data which is collected by the investigator himself is a primary data. The data which is collected by someone other than the investigator is known as secondary data. Okay. Now, in order to make the concept of types of data very clear, let us understand the comparison between them. Okay, what is the comparison of primary data and secondary data? So let's see. Primary data, I have told you that it will be a data which will be collected by me. If I want the height of students of my class, I will be measuring it personally, individually. I will be calling you and I'll be measuring the height. So it will require more time, but for obvious it will require more time. Yes or no? So primary data, it requires more time. Second is, it will be up to date and detailed information. Since I am collecting it for my purpose, I will see that it is done with utmost accuracy and I will write all the details what are required. Okay. Third is, it is correct and reliable. I don't have to depend on anybody. I will not have even a single % of doubt whether it is true or no, because it is done by me. So it will be correct and it will be reliable. So these are the 3 important points to remember about primary data. Then what about secondary data? Now since it is information which you will get well in hand, someone else will collect and you will just note down those informations. So obviously it is readily available and it will require less time. So it will require less time. Primary is the data which will be collected by you. So it will require more time. Secondary data is the one which has been already done by someone else. You are just going to take it from that person. So it is readily available. It requires less time. Second point of this will be, it is taken from already collected data. It is not necessarily up to date. It may lack in details also. I cannot say 100% guarantee. I cannot give that whatever data I am collecting from someone else will be true or it will be 100% correct. If I am doing it on my own, I will be sure. But if I am collecting it from some other source, there will be a uncertainty in that. Yes, there will be a certainty of doubt whether it is true or whether it is correct or not. What is the third point in primary data? It is correct and reliable. And what about this? I am not telling it will be wrong, but it may be less reliable. Yes, data whoever is collecting will not collect wrong information, but it may be less reliable. Right? So this is basically the difference between primary and secondary data. Why I am stressing so much on this? Because our first exercise, in fact 7.2, 7.1 deals with making bar graphs that we will see in the next session. The 7.2 exercise deals with this part of the chapter, whether it is primary or secondary data. So I have compared it in this way so that the concept will become clear to you. So let's move on to practice set 7.2, question number 1. This is very easy. Classify following information as primary or secondary data. The first question is, information of attendance of every student collected by visiting every class in the school. So suppose I want the information of attendance of every student, okay, of my school. By visiting every class of the school means what? I am going to personally visit every class and then I will collect the information. So this is nothing but it is done by me. I am not relying on anyone else. So this is a primary data. I hope you are understanding it. Personally visiting every class and then collecting it. So that is the reason why it is a primary data, right? Okay, so you just have to write it. In exam, suppose I ask you to justify it, you will write, since the information is being collected by visiting every class, it is a primary data. Okay, so this way you can justify. Second is, information of heights of students was gathered from school records and sent to the head office as it was to be sent urgently. Now see, it was gathered from the school office. Nobody is going to measure the height. Since it was an urgent work, it was gathered from the school records and sent directly to the head office. So this is not done personally by someone. It is a information which is being collected from the school office. So that is the reason it is secondary data. How will you write the justification of it? The information was gathered from school records. It is not done by someone individually. Okay, personally nobody is doing it. It is just an information which is collected from school records and sent. That is the reason it is secondary data. Then third question is, in a village Nandpur, the information collected from every house regarding students not attending the school. So now this is not an information which is collected from somewhere. It is collected from every house. Nobody is giving ready-made answer. We are collecting information going door to doorstep, and every house we are collecting information about students not attending the school. So this is being done by that person itself. That is the reason it is primary data. It is not relying on some records. They are personally visiting every house. That is the reason it is primary data. I hope this is clear. Okay, right? These are very easy 1 mark questions if it comes in the exam. The fourth one is, for science project, information of trees gathered by visiting a forest. Now this is again important. They are not taking it from any record or any computer based record somewhere. They are personally visiting the forest and collecting the information of trees for a science project. So this is done by individually by that person, not relying on anyone else. So this is primary data. I hope this 4 sums, very easy sums, very easy concept. Yes, see, statistics is very vast and new concepts are also there. In this session, I have just told you the introduction, about the definition, and very important 2 points, that is type of data, primary data and secondary data. Based on it, we have done 7.2 today. I hope you have understood everything. Yes, we'll meet in the next session and continue with the remaining part of the chapter. Okay, thank you.